Have you ever met someone who stays in your mind long after they've gone? The kind of man who doesn't just capture attention, but leaves a mark on your heart you can't ignore. Today, I'm going to reveal the hidden secrets of dark psychology, the things that make a man unforgettable, the truths women rarely admit, and the subtle moves that will make him linger in your thoughts forever. Stay with me till the end, because what you're about to discover might change the way you see connection, desire, and attraction forever. Comment below where you're watching from, and don't forget to subscribe to join our journey. Have you ever wondered why some men leave a mark on a woman's heart that nothing else can erase? It's not about money, looks, or empty gestures. It's about the way they make her feel. True influence begins with understanding the emotional currents that guide human behavior. When you grasp this, you don't just interact, you resonate. You become a presence she remembers long after the conversation ends. Every word, every glance, every subtle gesture can create a ripple that lingers in her mind, often without her even realizing it. That is the power of emotional influence. And it is both subtle and profound. Connection isn't something you can fake. It's not about saying the right things or telling her what she wants to hear. It's about tapping into the psychological triggers that awaken curiosity and fascination. Humans are wired to respond to emotions more than logic. And a man who understands this can become unforgettable. Think of it as an art form. The art of leaving impressions that stir her thoughts and make her heart race in ways she can't explain. It's not manipulation, it's mastery of self-expression, of presence, and of empathy so refined that it feels almost instinctual. Emotional influence also requires depth. Surface-level charm is fleeting, but when you create a space where vulnerability and intensity coexist, you become rare. This is where philosophy meets psychology. Life is short and experiences are fleeting. The men who leave a lasting mark understand that every interaction is an opportunity to create meaning. When she senses that your presence has depth, that your attention is intentional, and that your energy carries significance, it sticks. She doesn't just remember your words, she remembers how you made her feel in the silent moments between them. It's important to balance intensity with subtlety. Emotional influence isn't about overwhelming someone with affection or attention. It's about being present, yet slightly elusive. It's about creating a memory imprint that surfaces when she least expects it. A song on the radio, a fleeting thought in her mind, a smile she can't shake. These moments are invisible to the casual observer, but unforgettable to the one who experiences them. By mastering this, you step into a realm where your presence becomes more than just physical. It becomes psychological, almost magnetic. So if you take one thing from this, let it be this. The man who is unforgettable is the one who moves beyond superficial interactions and touches the mind and heart simultaneously. The impact you create is measured not by attention, but by lasting resonance. Start seeing your conversations, your presence, and your energy as tools of influence. Use them wisely, and you won't just meet her. You'll remain in her memory long after she's seen everyone else. Remember this: people forget what you said, forget what you did, but they never forget how you made them feel. Confidence is more than a posture or a tone of voice. It's an energy that quietly communicates value without a single word. A man who is truly unforgettable doesn't need to announce his worth. She senses it instinctively. This presence, this aura, is magnetic because it taps into something primal, the human desire to be drawn to strength, certainty, and calm. When you cultivate confidence from a place of self-awareness rather than ego, it resonates on a deeper level. It's not arrogance. It's grounded assurance. It's the ability to walk into a room and make an impression without trying, simply because your inner state aligns with your outer expression. Charisma isn't something you're born with. It's something you develop intentionally through understanding how people perceive energy. Small gestures carry immense weight. The steadiness of your gaze, the subtle rhythm of your voice, the way you carry yourself when no one is watching. Women in particular are attuned to these cues. They sense when a man embodies self-possession, when he navigates life with direction and purpose. This kind of presence becomes unforgettable because it signals reliability, safety, and intrigue all at once. She doesn't just notice you. She feels the impact of your energy before she even fully understands why. The philosophy behind presence is simple. Life rewards authenticity and alignment. A man who knows himself, who understands his values, and who walks consistently in those principles exudes a quiet power that is hard to ignore. Confidence combined with mystery elevates this effect. If every detail of your life is on display, if every reaction is predictable, the magic fades. But when you allow yourself to be selectively open, when you cultivate experiences and perspectives that are uniquely yours, you create layers she wants to uncover. You become the puzzle she can't stop thinking about, not because you're forcing attention, but because you are inherently intriguing. Presence also involves mastering emotional stability. A man who remains composed in uncertainty, who navigates challenges with grace rather than panic, sends a message that he can be relied upon. This psychological anchor makes interactions feel meaningful and safe, yet exciting. People are drawn to those who are not easily shaken, who maintain a calm center while life moves around them. By developing this inner balance, you become a figure she associates with strength and depth, someone whose memory lingers in quiet reflection. So remember this, being unforgettable isn't about overcompensation or trying to impress. It's about cultivating a presence that communicates value without words, a confidence rooted in self-mastery, and a subtle intrigue that draws her in naturally. When you combine this with the emotional resonance we discussed earlier, you step into a realm where attention turns into fascination and presence becomes influence. The lesson is simple yet profound to be remembered. Be the man who stands steady, walks purposefully, and carries an energy that cannot be replicated. Confidence isn't just seen, it's felt, and it leaves a mark that lasts far beyond the moment. Becoming unforgettable isn't just about presence or emotional resonance. It's about creating moments that linger in her mind long after you've gone. This is where subtlety meets strategy. The man who leaves a lasting imprint understands that memory is crafted, not forced. Every interaction, every shared glance, every fleeting touch can become a psychological trigger that she recalls at unexpected times. These aren't grand gestures. They're precise, intentional moments that make her associate you with intensity, curiosity, and desire. Scarcity, combined with meaningful experiences, makes her brain cling to your presence, like it's something rare and valuable. The principle is simple, yet profound. Humans remember what stands out, what is different from the ordinary, by creating experiences that are memorable through humor, depth, or a unique perspective. You embed yourself into her subconscious. Even a small, timed act of kindness, a thought-provoking comment, or a shared secret can generate a memory imprint that surfaces repeatedly. The key is not to overwhelm her with constant attention, but to be present in a way that leaves her wanting more. Mystery and absence are just as important as connection. They create tension that the mind can't easily let go of. Psychologically, this works because the human brain associates strong emotions with lasting memory. When you make her feel something profound, curiosity, intrigue, joy, or even longing, she links that emotional spike to you. Over time, these subtle triggers accumulate into a pattern that she can't ignore. She finds herself thinking of you in quiet moments, replaying fragments of your interactions, and wondering about the next encounter. You become the man who is not just noticed, but mentally and emotionally unavoidable. This is the art of being unforgettable. It's not in what you say, but in the imprint you leave. Creating these memory triggers also requires a delicate balance. Availability without accessibility dilutes impact. Being too distant risks detachment. The unforgettable man knows how to weave presence and absence together like a rhythm. He appears when his energy adds value and withdraws when the moment demands anticipation. This subtle choreography makes her mind habitually return to you, piecing together your moments like fragments of a story she can't finish, because part of her wants to keep discovering. In this dance of presence and scarcity, you transition from a fleeting encounter to a permanent imprint. So take this to heart. Being unforgettable is not about flashy moves or empty words. It's about understanding human psychology and using it to leave emotional and mental imprints that endure. Combine this with the emotional mastery we discussed earlier and the quiet, magnetic confidence we explored, and you become a man whose memory she cannot escape. The power lies in subtlety, in mystery, and in the precision of your presence. The truth is simple yet transformative. People may forget what you did, they may forget what you said, but they will never forget how you made them feel and how often you leave them wanting more.